Multiple torpedo tracks inbound!
April 6th, 1943. Solomon Islands, South Pacific. The night is humid and heavy, lit only by bursts of lightning over restless waves. Aboard the USS O'Bannon, a Fletcher-class destroyer, red-lit dials glow and radar pulses in the Combat Information Center. In the Solomon Sea during the desperate island-hopping campaigns of 1943, every night could be your last. On April 6th, a lone destroyer would face the impossible and dance with death across black water.
New contact, dead ahead, 7,000 yards. Looks like a submarine.
Battle stations sound. Crew rush to their positions. The sonar man turns pale.
Multiple torpedo tracks inbound! 18. At least 18 torpedoes!
Silence, then chaos.
All engines flank speed! Hard right rudder! Now!
The ship lurches violently as wake lines crisscross around her. Green trails of torpedoes slice the sea like underwater lightning. No one had ever seen a spread this wide, a fan of death from an unseen killer below. And yet, this destroyer would not die easy. 18 deadly torpedoes, each one enough to tear the O'Bannon in half, surge toward her. The Pacific becomes a grid of kill zones. The crew brace for impact. MacDonald grips the rail on the bridge.
We're running through hell now, boys. Eyes on the wakes.
Engines roar, the hull shudders. The first torpedo passes just beneath the bow. White streaks everywhere. Deck crew shout warnings over the wind.
They're on both sides. We're boxed in.
MacDonald's instincts kick in. He orders a sudden reverse turn, a maneuver few destroyers would dare at full speed. The sea peels away. Another torpedo misses by inches, the concussion tossing sailors like dolls. Speed was her only weapon. Agility, her armor. The O'Bannon didn't outrun the torpedoes by luck. She did it with steel nerves and a crew that trusted each other more than gravity. The radar is silent now, but the sea is not. Somewhere below lurks the Japanese submarine Row 34. The torpedo spread had been its masterpiece. 18 torpedoes, a calculated arc to leave no escape. And yet somehow the American destroyer still floated in the CIC sonar ping's echo again.
Submarine still active. Reloading. Repositioning.
MacDonald clenches his jaw.
We find her, or she finishes what she started.
Searchlights cut the black. Depth charges are prepped. The hunt begins. The O'Bannon executes a sweep, dropping charges like thunder underwater. Explosions bubble up. Silence. Then oil.
Direct hit?
Might have scraped her, but not sunk. Let's not wait for round two.
He orders a high-speed retreat toward the convoy. She had survived one of the deadliest spreads in naval history. But in the Pacific, survival was always temporary. Dawn breaks over the restless Pacific. The O'Bannon destroyer steams ahead, battered but unbowed, guarding a fragile convoy of troop transports bound for New Georgia.
Look out, bogeys! Dive bombers, coming fast!
Engines roar overhead as the sky darkens with enemy wings. Without hesitation, the O'Bannon destroyer turns into the attack. Her anti-aircraft batteries thunder, muzzles flashing, tracers clawing skyward in angry red arcs. One Japanese bomber takes a direct hit, spiraling down in smoke and fire before crashing into the sea. But the others press in, relentless. Bombs fall. A deafening eruption churns the ocean off her port side. Columns of seawater tower skyward, crashing back down in torrents. The The shockwave slams into the destroyer, rattling every bolt and joint.
Main deck's taking shrapnel. Casualties reported.
Men scramble to their stations, smoke and spray stinging their eyes. Amid the chaos, Commander MacDonald rallies his crew, steadying voices and hands. The fight is far from over.
You held off torpedoes. You'll hold this too. Fire everything.
The Japanese understood a brutal truth. The destroyers were the heartbeat of the convoy, the shield that kept the slow, heavy transports alive. Break that shield and the entire fleet would be laid bare. Easy prey for torpedoes, bombs, and the hungry ocean waiting to swallow them whole. Though battered by fire and shrapnel, the O'Bannon destroyer refused to yield. Her decks were scorched, her hull leaking, yet still she moved forward. Guns thundered defiantly. The O'Bannon remained afloat, bruised, broken, battered, but unbowed. Her silhouette, scarred against the fading sky, told the story of endurance. A ship not merely surviving the storm, but standing as a symbol of defiance. Night again, and the O'Bannon drifts through the dark Pacific like a scarred survivor. Below decks, the medics work in cramped, stifling spaces where the stench of burnt oil, blood, and cordite mixes into a suffocating haze.
This one needs plasma. We're low.
Save it for someone prettier.
Jokes like that are fragile armor. Above, under a cold sky dusted with starlight, Commander MacDonald paces the deck. His uniform is smeared with smoke, his eyes heavy with exhaustion, but his stride stays firm.
You think anyone will believe it? 18 torpedoes, and we're still here? They'll believe it when they see the wake.
Steel hulls never remain afloat by chance or luck alone. They endure because of men, exhausted, frightened, yet unyielding. Men driven by duty, fury, and the desperate refusal to surrender. July 7th, 1943. The battered convoy limps into New Georgia. Supplies are offloaded under the watchful eyes of weary Marines. Wounded sailors are carried ashore on stretchers, some alive only because a single destroyer refused to fall.
That tin can saved our arses. Send her a beer.
She did not win a great battle, nor sink a mighty battleship, yet she achieved something far rarer. She endured. Through fire, famine, and endless assault, she stood unbroken, and because she survived, countless others lived to fight on, to hope. Destroyer did not win a great battle, nor sink a mighty battleship, yet she achieved something far rarer. She endured. Through fire, famine, and endless assault, she stood unbroken, and because she survived, countless others lived. Back at Pearl Harbor, Commander MacDonald files his after-action report. There is no fanfare, no medals, yet. Just the truth of survival written in salt and steel.
We ran through hell, and it blinked first.
Today, the tale of the destroyer that outran 18 torpedoes is etched into the very steel of naval history. It is taught in academies as a lesson in courage under fire. It is whispered on the decks of modern warships, where sailors still measure themselves against the legends that came before. It is remembered in the taste of oil on the sea, in the sting of salt against scarred skin, in the silence that follows the roar of battle. The O'Bannon herself is long gone, decommissioned, dismantled, scattered in rust and memory. But her story remains unkillable, passed down like a torch. She is proof that survival, too, can be victory. War does not always crown the strongest or the most powerful. Often it remembers the swift, the ones who struck first, who flew faster, who refused hesitation. It honors the fierce, the reckless, the desperate, and sometimes it spares the lucky. Those who made their own luck, who turned nerve and skill into defiance. And so the O'Bannon sails still not in steel, but in story. A destroyer that endured the impossible and reminded the world that even in war, survival is its own kind of triumph. The tale of the destroyer that outran 18 torpedoes lives on in naval history, taught in academies, whispered on steel decks, carried in salt and memory. The O'Bannon herself is gone, scrapped long ago. But her story endures, unkillable. War does not always honor the strongest nor the most powerful. Sometimes it remembers the swift, the reckless, the desperate, those who forged luck with skill and nerve. And so the O'Bannon sails still, not in steel but in legend, a ship that endured the impossible and proved that survival itself can be victory.